Hello friends and welcome to my channel. I forgot where I was for a second. Air signs, I don't know if you're a bit spacey. I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out. Welcome back to my channel. I've had some stuff going on in life today, this week, and it's been challenging. There's been quite a few different things going on. I'm trying not to bring it into the reading though, so I'm being really careful to separate my energy out because I've got a lot of air in my chart. I've got a lot of Libra, I've got a Gemini moon. I don't think I've got any aqua, but high aquas. So I'm just being very careful to separate out what's going on in my life personally and my energies and my messages from the general air sign messages. But what I'm also finding as I'm tapping into your energy, with the fire signs and with the earth signs, I found that there was kind of like general stuff that was going on for them. With you, air signs, you know, could be because Geminis are in the mix, but it's like we're all over the place. Like we are everywhere. We're all over the place. Different stuff going on for everybody. I was kind of picking up on, I don't know if somebody out there, like, what are you up to? Is somebody doing some kind of like Bonnie and Clyde, Thelma and Louise? What's her name? Oh, I've forgotten her name now. Oh, she went out with Tana Mojo. What's her name? Bella, not Bella Hadid. I don't know. There's a film with a girl and she goes on a heist. Yeah, so I don't know if some of you are pulling a heist, or maybe you're playing computer games where there's a heist, or watching movies that are like Bonnie and Clyde type movies. But I'm getting this kind of like Bonnie and Clyde, like I don't know, let's go on the run energy for some of you. So that's fun. Yes, I don't know if some of you have got something going on with like the law or jail, or you're just feeling really trapped, right? Like you're feeling in jail and you're like, I want to get out of this place. Like, help me escape. That kind of energy. For others of you, like I say, there's a lot of competing energy. For some of you, there's a lot of romance stuff going on. Some of you are getting together with somebody. It's like my soulmate. Some of you have given up on, like, you know, sexual relationships entirely, and you're just like, it's just me and my best buddy. You're my MF soulmate, you know, that kind of energy. Like, I just need my best friend. Protect and attack kind of energy. So some of you have got that going on. Some of you, yeah, so some of you got this kind of like die-hard Bonnie and Clyde thing going on. Some of you have got more of a Thelma and Louise thing going on. Some of you, I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff coming through. I really try to cleanse the energy. And I was getting a lot of like star energy, specifically like stars. So like actual, they were showing me like almost like line drawn stars, you know, like how you doodle a star. And it looked to me a little bit like a tattoo. So somebody could have like a very simple star tattoo. That could be symbolic for somebody. And I was also getting like Tattoo the Band, which I was getting Tattoo the Band, and then my phone went and it was a TikTok, like an advertisement for a TikTok video, and it was about a woman who was a lesbian. And obviously if you remember the band tattoo, it was two girls. And yeah, so I don't know if somebody's got like a same-sex relationship going on there, but that was kind of coming through. I'm getting diamonds, which, hi Libras. Libras, you're my diamonds, you know this, you have the diamond heart. I'm getting a lot of like Christ-light energy, Christ-like consciousness. Again, don't worry if you're not religious, it's just what it's called, and I just saw 333 on the timestamp. Or diamond-like quality, or that white light, you know, that white light energy that's like very heavenly, very pure, very starseed. So I have got the starseed oracle out for you to get a few more messages. Just before I get into that though, I was also getting this thing about flickering tape, like flickering. Kind of like, it's funny that the blue flame came out. I got this from lighting the joss stick, and the candle. Why, I'm getting so mixed up my words. I'm so sorry guys. Like I say, I've got some stuff going on in real life. I've had barely any sleep for about 2 weeks. I'm struggling a little bit, I'm going to be honest with you. We're all friends here. I can tell you when I'm having a bad time of it, but we're soldiering on. You know, feeling what we need to feel. And this could be a message from my air signs as well. It's like, you don't have to bottle it up. I was kind of getting through when I originally tried to do the reading, like, and again, it could just be a message for me, so take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. So I'm distracted by the beveling on my mirror. It's kind of got like a rainbow quality to it, and almost like a holographic quality to it. So I don't know, maybe some of you have like holographic nails or holographic wrapping paper. It's giving me it's like it's a message for somebody. So I'm sorry, I am going to be scattered today. Please bear with me. Yeah, so I was lighting the joss stick, and the flame from the match was kind of, it was almost like it was flickering and reminiscent of if you watch old movie tapes, you know, old videotapes or old film, and it has that kind of like flicker quality to it, a little bit like you know, if you watch like an old black and white movie, like a Charlie Chaplin movie, it has that kind of flickering effect. So it was giving me like scenes. So either some of you are actually working with videotape, for example, me as a, you know, having a lot of air in my chart. I've got these, I'm just trying to dig one out, sorry, bear with me. Can't get any out. I thought that was going to be easier to do than it actually was. So I've got all these like old camcorder tapes of footage from me when I was a teenager that I'm trying to, you can see the mouldy, they're damaged, they need repairing. So that's like my project at the moment, to kind of see if I can repair those tapes, see if I can get them into digital format. I may send them away, I may not, and just kind of viewing what I can just through the camcorder. So some of you may be looking back at old videos, old footage, old photographs. I was also getting some of you maybe actors or actresses, or perhaps film students, or you just film a lot, right? Like you just film your life a lot. It's like, it's this energy of like viewing your life in scenes. It was kind of coming through immediately. My instinct was like past lives, you know, like every time the tape rolls, something like that. But it could be more practical and literal, so like rolling film, doing a scene over and over again. It could be talking about things playing out in your life over and over again, and maybe trying different techniques. So every time something happens in your life, if it's something that you've done before, you know, what happens if you play that role slightly differently? Does it have a different outcome? And kind of trying and testing that. Others of you, it's just this energy of like wanting to record your life, like, or playing back memories, even playing back memories in your own head. Memories can play tricks on us as well, so there could be something about remembering things and somebody else remembering it differently and trying to replay it in your head, or play it out differently on purpose in your head, something like this. Or like you know, to try and replay a memory, to try and remember stuff, but also to adapt it. Somebody could be doing some sort of adaptation, like a film adaptation. Yeah, so that kind of energy was coming through. Editing, maybe some of you are editing videos. Others of you, it's just a message to say, you know, life is short and it's full of, like, it's full of scenes. Your life is full of scenes, right? And meaningful experiences and phases. So people come and go in your life, right? And it may be encouraging you to capture the moments on film. So whether you're taking photos, you know, some people are quite uncomfortable with taking photos, but like for my mum, for example, my mum really was uncomfortable being on camera. So the photos that I do have of her are quite precious to me. I used to really avoid getting on camera, but I always thought, well, what happens if something happens to me and my children don't have video of me, don't have footage of me, and now there's too much, right? It's the pendulum swung in the other direction. So it's that kind of energy of like capture the moments. Or look back over old memories. Some of you may be in a nostalgic phase. I was kind of getting Six of Cups energy for you. So the cards that I already have for you, and I will pull cards on camera, don't worry. I've got the Blue Flame, Spontaneous Awakening, Activation, Integration Time. So the Awakening card did come out also from this deck. It was on my table kind of the first time that I was attempting to get information for you. So that is definitely a collective message, because like I say, it came out and I was like, is this for me? Is this collective? And it's come out again. So some of you are experiencing an awakening. If you don't know what that is, go and check it out. If you're experiencing an awakening, it's like your body may be trying to purge. So you may be quite sick, you may be quite tired, because your guides are encouraging you to have that downtime so that you can do this processing, like learning, you know, integration, because it says integration, like integration of the lessons that you've learned from the past, integration of the ancestral knowledge that's been passed down to you. There is this thing about ancestors and roots. If you look at this card closely, there's some roots here. So and it says, I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs and uprooting. With it being a mirror image, I do feel like some of you are saying sorry to your past selves. You know, I'm sorry I didn't handle that situation better. So it's like forgiving your past self, something like that. And of course, you don't have to forgive anyone if you're not ready to forgive them. It's all very, very personal. But it's like, could be asking for forgiveness as well. I literally did this today. Just for the things that I wish that I could have done differently. You know, I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have done that. So I was kind of saying, I'm sorry that I didn't do this. I'm sorry that I didn't do that. Not that I have a lot of guilt over it, but that energy of like just processing and getting out the feelings that you have. So sometimes feelings are not very logical, and as air signs or people with a lot of air in our charts, especially you Aquarius, if you're watching this, shout out my Aquarians, we tend to be bird's eye perspective, right? We tend to be like, oh, I'm feeling something, let's analyze why I'm feeling that. And sometimes we can get a little bit over analytical, and we can forget to just allow ourselves to feel whatever we're feeling. And sometimes we just have to do that deep dive, and find the beauty in the emotions. It's a very Cancerian thing to do. They're very, very good at it. Yeah, so you've got this whale and orca elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Now I've actually, so I don't know if you can hear in the background, I've actually got star music on for you, like galaxy music in the background. And as I was tuning in and really kind of cleansing my energy so that your energy could come through, I was getting star whales through. And it's really funny that I should pull these cards after that, and the star whales should come out, which is what I was channeling from the music, and also the blue flame when I was talking about the flame flickering, right? So it could be like the flame of life, all these kinds of things, the family tree, the flame of life. Again, just that kind of like that bright light energy from within as well, and finding that and expanding it and working with it and playing with it, and also knowing that you have to rest sometimes to replenish that. When I'm doing energy work, I can get very, very depleted by it. It does drain me, and I do have to replenish. So I have to be careful to make sure I'm meditating. When I meditate, I visualize this this light almost in the center of my chest. It always starts out as like a little tiny diamond. It glows brilliant white, and then it kind of it plants roots and it branches out into space. So it's just me visualizing the energy, right? And you can draw energy up from the ground. So if you imagine, if you plant your feet really firmly on your ground, so it's a grounding practice as well, if you need to get more grounded. If you're feeling a little bit chaotic, you can do this. Plant your feet firmly on the ground, imagine the roots going down into the ground, imagine energy, visualize energy drawing up through the roots. It's just a grounding visualization practice. It could really, really help you if you're particularly distressed. I did it this morning in the kitchen. Yeah, so that was a thing. So I also want to get for you a an archetypes card, just to this like breath of the cosmos as well. You just feel very like high above, right? I don't know if some of you are doing a little bit of escapism through daydreaming or other methods. You're feeling a little bit like YOLO, especially with that kind of Bonnie and Clyde energy. You're feeling a little bit like, I'm just going to live life minute to minute, like seconds by second. I just want to go with the flow. I want to enjoy myself. So I think air signs, you can sometimes have this bit of a reputation for being a little bit heartless and, you know, a little bit emotionless, especially Aquarians. You know, we don't always... So, for example, I just talked about Cancerians, you know, and they're so brilliant at integrating their emotions and turning that into, you know, that beautiful art or whatever, you know, utilizing their emotions in that beautiful way. But they are very expressive, you know, they're very open generally with their emotions, at least with the right people. Where, and you know, fire signs as well, like my daughter is Sagittarius, my son has a load of Aries in his chart. You know, if they're not happy, everybody knows that they're not happy. Aquarius, sorry, this could definitely be a message for Aquarius since I'm saying it again, but air signs in general, we are swords energy, which is mind. And while we have emotions, we are very good at processing them, right? We're very analytical. We're very much like, I'm feeling this way because of this, this, and this. You know, this is how my body's chemistry works. This is how I understand the situation and the complexities. We're very logical about what we feel. Don't let that get in the way of what you're feeling. But the energy was coming through with this energy of like, okay, I'm dealing with stuff. And some of you may be feeling really, really overwhelmed at the moment. It's like, okay, I have emotional stuff to deal with. I don't want to sit there and kind of like sulk is the way it's coming through. It's like, there's a difference between sitting there and allowing myself to feel things and sitting there and processing, but I don't want to, it's like, I don't want to spend my life crying over spilt milk is the way it's coming through. So it's like, I'm just gonna leave the milk on the floor and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have fun and forget about the milk is the way it's coming through. It's like, well, the milk's spilt either way, so why stand there crying over it when I could go and do something else, right? When I can fill up my cup in another way. So you're being quite logical about, well, yes, I may be feeling this, but I could also go and feel that, is the kind of the way it's coming through. Let's get you an archetypes card just to get a kind of vibe for this reading. You've got Eros. I think fire signs got Eros, and the shapeshifter. Very, very, I would normally say the shapeshifter is very Gemini energy. It's been coming through a lot for Libra recently. Eros is Libra as well, could be Taurus. The riddle feels like Gemini. Yeah, more Gemini Aquarius. So the riddle, love could seem like a riddle to you. Love could seem like a puzzle that is an unsolvable puzzle. The riddle is literally like a puzzle that can't be solved. It's like, it's like, let it be an unsolvable puzzle. Allow it to be what it is. So this is quite Gemini energy of this and that are true. You know, situations are complex and they don't always have a clear answer. So just allow that to exist as a riddle. Allow that to be what it is. So if love is a confusing riddle for you, be like, just accept that. Just be like, I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't have the answers to this relationship. I don't have the answers to this puzzle. And maybe I'm just going to go and feel my way through it. If it feels good in the moment, I'm going to go with it. If it's pecking my head, I'm going to go and do something else. Shapeshifter. You could also be puzzling other people and keeping them on their toes or keeping them confused, being a little poker face perhaps. Eros is obviously romantic love, eroticism, experiencing pleasure, you know, that very Taurus, Venus, Libra energy, being the pleasure seeker. We also have the diamond here. I love it when things that I'm picking up on intuitively actually play out in the cards. Really, really love that. Very, very Libra energy there. Shapeshifter is, it's been coming through with this energy of adaptability, especially in Libra readings. I remember talking about it, but it does come through for Gemini quite often. So it's like, you know, with your parents, you may act differently than you do at work, and you may act differently with your best friend, right? You may act differently with your best friend than you do with your lover. So, you know, you may act differently around your children than you do with other adults. So it's this adaptability where you can fit into any situation. Now, sometimes I get this metaphor of a box with different shaped pegs, right? It's funny, I kept on getting triangles through for you as well. You know, I was getting like the stars, but I kept on kind of like putting my hands up in like a triangle shape as I was stretching, and I was kind of getting like triangle. But it's could be trine as well, like things about coming in threes could be significant. I'm just seeing how this has like 3 loops to it. There's 3 cards. What do we have? 53 breaks down to an 8. We have 50, 60, 71 breaks down to an 8. And we have 15, which breaks down to a 6. 886 could be significant, could not be. Yeah, so I was getting this thing about, I'm sorry, I know I'm a little bit scattered. I have got a Gemini moon and it's acting up because I'm tired. So the box, if you imagine a box, like the boxes that toddlers play with, right? You put a star in the star-shaped hole, you put a square in the square-shaped hole, and it comes through for Libra, especially as recently as a lump of clay, like Libra being adaptable, Libra being flexible. So this could apply to any of this air signs or air sign placements, but it has strong Libra energy attached to it for me at the moment. So it's like this energy of like, well, maybe okay, that's a funny one. They're showing me, you know how people say that cats are liquid, and literally if you've ever seen cats squeeze into really unexpectedly tiny places, like really, like I've seen cats in gaps in windows, you know. I've seen cats like they just like bloop, or like if you see a cat get into like a glass bowl and it goes in and it just fills the bowl like water. It's like cats are liquid. So they show me cats and milk and liquid and things like this. And the adaptability of air signs. Of course, Gemini is showing me butterflies now, which is symbolic of Gemini and have been coming through for Libra a lot as well. You're very flexible, you're very adaptable, you are social butterflies. You know, you can flip from place to place. So I'm sorry, when I'm tired, I get intuitive messages kind of, it's almost like I'm more prone to the intuitive messages when I'm tired because my defenses are down. I just got a squeeze on the top of my right thigh as well, which could be symbolic for somebody. The box, right? So Libra is coming through as clay, so it's like, fine, it's a square-shaped box. So this situation demands me to do this. I can do that. I can adapt myself. I can fill that need of the environment. Okay, I need to be a circle today. I'll be a circle today. So it's talking about, say, going into a workplace and maybe the copywriter's off that day, and Libra's like, I'll do that job, you know, and then maybe the boss is off another day and Libra's like, it's all right, I'll take charge, I know what to do. Or like maybe another day, it's like, I just need people to move these boxes, and Libra will be like, yeah, I'll move the boxes. So it depends on the full birth chart, okay? Every Libra's not going to be like that, but this is the adaptability that's coming through with air sign energy. So it's like being what's needed, right? And being a people pleaser as well. You know, I will do what's asked of me because I want to fit in. I want to be a people pleaser. Just be wary of that in relationships, that kind of people pleasing energy in relationships. So there's this lizard energy coming through as well, just with the, because the shapeshifter normally comes through as a chameleon for me. Also, the octopus that I talked about on Sunday's reading had that brilliant adaptability. So it's like, in that sense, it's talking about the potential to learn, the potential to adapt, the potential to modify your own behavior and improve your behavior over time. Almost like Eight of Pentacles energy. It's like, if I do it over and over again and keep adapting, I will get better at it, right? If I don't adapt, there's no growth. So the adaptability of air signs is coming through there. Right. Air signs, what's going on for you? Air signs, what's going on for you? I don't know what flipped then. I don't know if you caught what that was. I saw something flip, but it did a 360. So what's going on for my air signs, please? What's going on for my air signs? Turtle energy. Oh, there's the octopus. Yeah, if you haven't seen my octopus teacher, go and watch it, because the adaptability and the intelligence of that octopus is exactly what I've been talking about, and it did come through in the kind of rambling reading that I did the other day. Basically, I love that the octopus came out, because it's what I was getting over here. I could have also accepted the chameleon cards just for me feeling really good about myself, but yeah, the octopus is its brain isn't completely in its brain. It's kind of spread out all across its body. So its whole body is this intelligent learning machine. And it's constantly communicating with everything else. So it's an incredible network of almost like brain cells and nerve energy, which make it incredibly intuitive. And maybe you're very good at moving. Maybe you have, just because the turtle gives me movement as well. You may be very, very good at dancing, moving, perhaps moving in the bedroom in particular ways, like your hands are everywhere, put your hands all over me, you know. But yeah, you seem to be in some kind of adaptive learning process. So again, you could be adapting to different situations, almost like whatever life throws at me, I'm going to kind of volley it back. Or whatever life throws at me, if it's a lemon, I'll make lemonade. If it's an orange, I'm going to make orangeade. If it's banana, I'm going to make myself a smoothie. So you're very good at like, I don't know what. It's really interesting, actually. The card that came through from this deck was morning. It was like waking up in the morning and being like, today's a new day. I don't know what to expect. The universe could throw me good stuff. The universe could throw me bad stuff. Yesterday, what was it, 25th of May? Terrible day. Awful day. 25th of May can go in the bin. But it's like, today I've woke up and today really good stuff might happen. Let's just start the day with a clean slate, right? Glass half full. Leave the sour milk on the floor. You know, let's deal with life as it comes to us. That it feels like the kind of energy. And also like look for love, right? Don't close down to love. Keep looking for love. The turtle energy, it's funny that I'm talking about Cancer so much, so there could be a Cancerian in here with air placements or a cross watcher. Hi, you've been called out. Somebody may have very strong Cancer in the chart. I've got Cancer North Node. I need to be more Cancerian. This talks about exploring your emotions, having a deep dive. Some of you could be moving home. Some of you could be moving home unexpectedly or forced to move home, just with that adaptability energy. Some of you could be moving to a different environment, literally, like you know, going from a cold country to a hot country. Yeah, definitely something about movement. You could be quite secretive about this movement because it's the turtle flies under the radar for me. It's also protective, right? You know, the turtle, if it feels threatened, is going to go back into that shell, right, where it feels safe. So some of you may be coming out and exploring the world a little bit, but still feel quite vulnerable. You may have your defenses up a little bit, kind of Seven of Swords energy. Let me have a look at the book. I also have to keep an eye on the time, actually, because it's my son's sports day and I need to go and cheer him on soon. So I am sorry that this reading is going to be late up, guys. Ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. It is wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality. Like the beaver, the turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This can help you to ground. What was I talking about grounding? Who's a good intuitive reader? I am. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Again, adaptability, traveling. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers. I was talking about that. You know, this, you know, maybe some of you are visual storytellers. You tell stories through film, you know, through, I'm kind of thinking about how sometimes I really like when people put specifically Lana Del Rey songs to clips from movies. So people do like their own music videos on YouTube, and they'll do all different ones, but I always seem to end up watching the Lana Del Rey ones. So some of you may be putting, it could even be like, you know, for somebody's birthday, say it's like somebody's 60th and you get all the clips of them and you do like a slideshow and put the music over it. It could be something about not being able to find the right music or the music not fitting. I'm having some problems with music in your reading as well. Okay. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. No way, because you had something about telling your own story, right? Wasn't it on like the whale card or something, this thing about tell your own story? When in balance, peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When out of balance, slows down to a halt. Bring into balance an adventure. Yeah, an adventure. I'm feeling that with the kind of Bonnie and Clyde energy. Like you want to go and have an adventure, right? You want to go and have experiences. You want your life to be full of life so that you can draw from that and utilize it and have that kind of storehouse of stuff. And it doesn't even have to necessarily be good. It's like they're telling me, I don't really know what this is, but is it like To All the Lovers I've Loved Before or something? Is it like a book or a movie? I don't know the reference, so it could be for one of you, I don't know. To all my past lovers, or to all the past loves, something like that. It's like I've learnt lessons from all of you. Each one was different, you know, or where things were the same, I've learned from those experiences. That's kind of how that's coming through. I also, in my original notes for you, which I think came through in the intuitive reading or maybe fire sign reading. It's a line from a Lana Del Rey song, and it says, if I can find it, turn blue into something beautiful. So I actually heard it intuitively. I didn't hear the song, I heard it as a sentence. Turn blue into something beautiful. So take the sadness, transmute it into something beautiful. This again is Libra energy with the bittersweet, right? Turn the lemons into lemonade, add your sugar to the sour, and turn it into something pleasurable and refreshing and potentially healing, right? If you think about the healing quality of lemons, if you've got a cold, they're antibacterial, you know, they're good for your throat. Just because life gives you a lemon, right? Just because life gives you a failed relationship, you know, a disappointing situation, a challenging circumstance, you can look for the silver linings in that. And even though the situation may really suck, hi, my May 25th was all of that. you can look for the beauty in it and you can turn it into something good. I'm just going to tell you my story. I have got several things going on. I'm feeling very, very challenged. I'm not well. I've had a couple of different things physically this week with illness. And yesterday, my cat, out of nowhere, basically just within about 3 days, she declined rapidly. And I had to rush her to the vet. The vet rushed her to the cat hospital, paid an absolute fortune, and she had some tests done, and there was nothing that they could do. And to have continued doing anything would have just been suffering. So yeah, that's goodbye to my cat, you know. And it was really fast and really unexpected and really upsetting, and I've been crying all day, and it's been really, really hard. And I don't want to bring that into the reading, but again, some of you could be experiencing challenging situations, and there's more to it than that, and I don't want to go into it in the reading, but I was saying, this is the unicorn energy from last week. The message of the unicorn was, even though darkness can happen, even though really bad things can happen, and again, May 25th, really, really bad thing happened in the news that has been very challenging emotionally for a lot of people, right? And frustrating. It's like, don't let it shut you down. Don't let it stop you from living your life. Don't let it close you off, right? So it's like, say you opened your heart, say you had someone or something in your life, or a passion, you know, and that thing was taken away from you, and for whatever reason, right? And you have pain from that. It's like, it's that analogy of like, it's better to have loved and lost, or it's, I've learned from that experience, or I accept that this is my experience. And it's about keeping your heart open. Even though you've been hurt, even though you've been damaged, even though you've been in pain, it's like keeping your heart open to allow things to continue to flow to you and not to close off from that. And again, you could turn some sad experience into a song or a piece of writing or a film that when other people engage in that media, they could find it hugely cathartic. You know, it could be what they need to hear that somebody else has gone through that experience that they're going through, and to find the companionship in that, even if they don't know you and they're just absorbing your content. Sometimes people just need to hear their own experiences kind of bounded back at them, right? There's catharsis and companionship in that way. And so by doing so, you do take your pain and you do alchemize it into something that's beneficial to others. And then not closing down. So I was saying, I'm gonna get more cats, because I've had lots of cats in my life, and if I had shut down from the pain of that first cat passing away, and said I'm never having another cat in my life because I can't handle the pain of losing them, I wouldn't have had all the other cats, right? I know I'm talking about cats and not relationships, but adapt it as necessary. It's like I wouldn't have had all the other cats in my life that have all had such unique personalities and have all brought me so much pleasure and companionship and happiness. And if I'd have closed off from that, I wouldn't have had that. And they wouldn't have had me as well, right? They wouldn't have had the safety and the shelter and the love that I've shown to them. So it's like, I'm gonna get more cats. I know I'm gonna get more cats, and I don't expect them to replace that first cat. You know, I don't expect any cat to come in and be like the new best. But there's a space in my life, and there's enough capacity in my heart to allow love or companionship to come back in, right? So there's something about that, I think. I said I wasn't going to bring me into the reading, but here I am. So we all do, it's a shared experience though. Loss is a shared experience, whether it's getting your heart broken by somebody that you really, really liked and they didn't like you, or, you know, not getting that job that you wanted, or getting fired from a job that you loved, or, you know, it can come in so many different ways. Going for a role that you really wanted on stage and somebody else getting it, and it's like, you know, it being painful. It's like we all have pain in our life. We all have loss. We all have grief. We all have that 5 of Cups energy. So what do we have, please? For yeah, there you go. Painful endings. 10 of Swords, and the Devil. The devil hiding in the painful endings. The devil pulling our strings. The devil pulling at our heartstrings, making us feel regret, guilt, that we're not good enough, all those things, all those challenges that come with a painful ending. You know, the stabs in the back, you know, the salt in the wounds. But don't let the devil close you down. Don't let the devil force you to hide in that shell away from the world. That's what the devil wants, right? So stay open, be the unicorns, be adaptable, be fresh, right? Go with the flow. Let the waves carry you. Let's go. I really want to use light seers. I really, really want to use light seers because I feel like we need that light. But I'm getting very, very drawn to the Tarot de la Nuit. Or the good tarot. The good tarot might be a good middle ground. Let's try good tarot. It may be, these cards are a little bit big, so I may have to play around with them a little bit. But I'm just going to pull you all your 9 cards for your 9-card spread, going from emotional space to head space to action space. Environment, and we'll talk about the cards once I've pulled them. So, oh, hang on, hold on. So, Geminis, Libras, Aquariuses, air sign placements in general. What do we have going on emotionally for my air signs, please? Emotionally for my air signs. What do we have emotionally for my air signs? Quite a bit. Quite a few emotions there, air signs. So we start with the messenger of air. That's air sign energy, specifically Gemini for me as a reader. I'm seeing the Fool card next. I'm seeing the 10 of air, which is this 10 of swords, 10 of air, the painful endings, right? And what else do we have here? Ace of air. Beautiful, beautiful. We couldn't ask for anything else to come after that 10 of air. I'm gonna cry. So you see all these white feathers. You may be seeing signs and symbols from spirit. This may be a spiritual messenger for you, feeling the spiritual messages coming in, understanding the messages are about taking leaps of faith and having fresh starts when things end, right? Endings are new beginnings. When one door closes, another door opens. It's all about, and this is exactly what I was talking about myself, about the scenes. If we look at our life as a series of episodes, right, as though we're watching a movie, as though we're watching like a TV drama series, and it's all episodic. So each episode of our life, and within that life, all those different scenes, right? Each episode is like a phase or a season, right? We could have a long season in our lives. And so people can be with us for a season, people can be with us for a lifetime, people can be with us for a scene or an episode. And that's okay, right? It's okay to have characters that come into our lives and play bit parts. It can be okay to have, you know, the series end with an emotional ending, a painful ending, and then the next season to go on and a new character get brought in, and then the person has to learn to open up and love again. So I think there could be something about seeing yourself as the star in your own movie, or seeing yourself as a character in a sitcom, right? And almost not disassociating, but taking a step back and thinking, wouldn't it be boring to watch a life if all I did was sat on the sofa alone, right? What kind of life would that be? If all I did was sit on the sofa alone, would that be an interesting program to watch? Or would it be more interesting if I got out and I experienced life and I made mistakes and I jumped into things and those things ended, but then I had a fresh start? It's almost finding the enjoyment in the adventure of life is the way it's coming through. And I really, really love this message of when things end, we have something new. After the 10 comes the ace. And I love all these angel feathers and angel wings and things that we're seeing as well. So I am kind of getting as well, because the ace of air and the messenger of air, both kind of as bookmarks on the end of your emotions. This is talking to me about emotional messages and information incoming. So you could be wanting to deliver information to somebody, and you could also be feeling, because it's your emotions, feeling like you're receiving information too. Both of these are messenger cards, and I just love the imagery of like all the white feathers and the white rings. It definitely feels like you're very connected to spirit at this time, or somebody in spirit. And again, it's almost like the Pegasus and the unicorn are kind of hand in hand for me at the moment. They both symbolize this this magical quality of being able to heal yourself from within and transmute the pain. And this is such a beautiful, like, look at the difference in these two images. So this Ten of Voices really shows you the painful ending, right? Feeling like you've been stabbed in the back, feeling like you've been betrayed. And here it's the acceptance of that. It's letting it go, is shedding those feathers, shedding those feelings, and just accepting the situation as it is, which gives you the opportunity to have the fresh start and the transformation. You are getting this kind of transformation energy of almost like accepting the end and recognizing the transmutation into spirit. So again, this could be me recognizing that my cat's phase in this specific form has ended and her spirit has transcended. So do take it as it resonates. You've got two cards as well about fresh starts, dropping the baggage, dropping the burdens, hearing the call, moving forward, being light, being free, moving quickly. Very adventurous energy. It's Aries energy. It's like every dawn is a new day, right? I really wish I'd kept that card out for you because the same message has come through. I wasn't sure if it was for me or if it was collective, and apparently it's collective. You have, though, you've not got any cups in your emotions. It's mostly air and a little bit of fuel to the fire here. So again, very analytical about your emotions. Make sure you are feeling what you're feeling, right? Just be wary about over processing and not like allowing yourself to have those human feelings. What have we got here? This could be something about deception and conflict, fighting, hiding conflict. Just watch out for that. I didn't ask a specific question, so I'm going to just put those back in. We'll see if they come back out. What's in my air sign's thoughts, please? My air sign, what's going on in those crazy brains? Those over analytical brains. Communication, definitely got a lot of communication cards. You may be thinking about communicating or processing some kind of communication, some information you've received. Also a card about fast action. The Messenger of Swords is also fast action. You're trying to decide on something, you're trying to work something out, you're trying to make a choice, trying to choose which direction you go in, which path you choose. Okay, what else are my air signs thinking about, please? You've got all these aces on this end, all this action and communication on this end, and then all this fresh start energy on this end and here as well. 3 cards about having a fresh start, 3 cards about information, 2 cards about action. Yeah, this is all about endings and new beginnings and being okay with that, processing it. The Ace of Earth is quite practical. So this is, okay, I've received something here. What do I do about it? Do I take this job offer? Do I apply for a new job? Do I plant this seed and watch it grow? Do I invest this money? Where do I invest this money? What's the best way to make this money go further? So you're doing some kind of, it's like, I don't know if you're communicating or receiving communication about some kind of ending, some kind of fresh start. And then this like, how do I do it? What do I do with this? It could be also recognizing a new skill that you've developed. How do I apply this new skill? Okay, action space. My action space for, whoa. 2 of Earth. Again, this kind of very balanced. Here's Libra, right? Libra, Gemini. Weighing up your options. So it actually tangibly, like in your environment, physically, you may have 2 choices that you're weighing up. Which one is worth more, what's more beneficial, but also trying to balance 2 things, trying to juggle 2 things. Again, you may feel like the universe is really firing those tennis balls really quickly at you right now. It's flinging lemons at you, it's flinging bananas at you, and you're trying to grab all these things and think, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to make a what's it called, fruit salad. I'm gonna have to make a fruit salad. I've got so much fruit, I'm gonna have to make a fruit salad. That's the only option. So I don't know if there is something with that where it's like you have a lot of different options, perhaps. Your hands are full, you're very busy. Again, the octopus carries this meaning for me of getting tangled up in your own, like tripping over your own feet, like trying to do so many things that you feel like you're multitasking and you just wish you could grow extra arms. You know, it's like you're trying to juggle a lot of stuff. I do have that symbolism with the octopus. So it has that kind of feeling like, okay, are you going to throw any more balls in my direction right now, universe? Because I'm already juggling. The Emperor. Hi, Emperor. And the Queen of Air. Beautiful. This is Libra energy. Air signs showing up. So as I say, we've got Gemini up here, Libra here. A lot of air generally though, which of course you're the air signs. Of course you do. You've got this Emperor showing up. This could be your energy. It could be somebody else. If it's you stepping up into... I have this joke in work where... there's a Lana Del Rey song, I think it's called White Dress, where she says, I'm a waitress, look how I've got this, look how I do this. It's like, I've got this, baby. And we sing it to each other. And especially when I'm stressed, it's like, you know what, like the kitchen's going crazy. We've got all these checks coming in, got food flying all over the place. We're waitresses, we've got this, we've got our pinnies on, look how we handle this, we know what we're doing, we've done this before. It has that kind of energy to it. So it's like, I know what I'm doing, I've got a handle on this, I'm stepping up, I'm taking the lead, I'm going to make the decisions when nobody else... What's that? Is it like Robert Frost? When all men around me are losing theirs. That's kind of popping into my head. I'm going to step up and take charge because that's what's required of me at the moment. And I'm an air sign. I'm adaptable. I can fill those shoes. I can fill that role for the time being. The lovely Santaro, who I watch almost all her videos, when she looks at this card, she says it's almost like an emperor in disguise. She says it's like he's wearing a mask and he's cloaked. So it doesn't always carry that symbolism, but it just popped into my head today. So there could be something like that where it's almost like fake it till you make it energy. People need a leader, so I will play the role of the leader. Some of you may be literally playing the role of a king, perhaps doing Shakespeare, perhaps some of you are doing Macbeth, perhaps some of you are doing Richard V, right? Richard II. So it's like, I will be the king, I will be the leader, I will play the role that is required of me in this moment. Because perhaps, you know, the situation needs that. The situation needs that leadership. The Emperor will make decisions on behalf of everybody else. I had to do that. I had to make the decision. I had to make the call. And I'm a Libra, right? I've got this. I can do this. It hurts to make decisions, but you have to make decisions. And air signs, you are very analytical. So we are good at making decisions. Gemini and Libra, well, all the air signs, right? You will think about things from every single angle. And this is why the Queen of Air is here. So this is like weighing up all the options, really seeing very clearly things as they are. There's no cups in your reading, so emotions out the window right now. It's all logic. So it's like, this is the situation. These are the facts of the situation. These are the options. I'm running through each scenario in my mind. I'm running through each choice, each potential outcome, like a think tank, right? These are the potential outcomes of this choice. These are the potential outcomes of this choice. When I weigh them up, which is here and here, when I weigh up all these options, this is the best choice based on logic, and this is the decision that I'm making, right? Because I've got to make a decision because nobody else is. So people say that Libras can't make decisions, and again, this is the Queen of Air. People say Libras can't make decisions because they oscillate so much. It's actually that process, and that process takes time, right? You can't analyze everything immediately in a split second, and that's why this is Aries energy. The difference between Aries and Libra, who are polar opposites in the in astrology, Aries will be like, that feels right, I'm going to do that. Let's not spend time thinking about it. Let's take action. Let's just get it done. If it doesn't work out, if it's the wrong choice, we'll deal with the consequences. Libra's like, I am not going to move until I've weighed up all my options, until I've thought about everything, until I've almost analyzed everything like a machine, right? Until I've put everything through the processor. And then when I make a decision, like Athena, this is why the owl's here, like Athena, it will be a very, very knowledgeable decision based on logic and reason and facts, right? You can stand behind that. So when Libras make decisions, Libras stand by the decisions because, you know, they've got the evidence, right? They can bring the receipts. They're like, this is the reason why I made that decision. Let me break it down for you. Which is a very, very confident energy. Aries, bless them, brilliant at making a decision, a quick decision when needed, right? And dealing with the consequences of that. That's their skill. Queen of Air's skill is different. It's not, neither one's right or wrong. It's just different. Queen of Air is, I am very confident in this decision because it was the best decision based on all this evidence, right? It's almost like you ask an Aries a question, they're going to go, I don't know, probably this. Let's go with it. You ask Libra a question, you're going to get a 3,000 word essay, you know, breaking it all down for you. So Geminis, you tend to be, again, this kind of like, let's look at every single potential outcome. Let's look at this from both angles. Let's look at the good things and the bad things. Let's, you know, put these two things side by side, draw up a list of pros, draw up a list of cons. That's very Gemini energy. Aquarius will be like, this is the highest choice. This is the noble choice. This is clearly the, you know, again, doing all the analysis, but doing it in a way where it's like, I will reach a decision based on what's right for the greater good. I will make a decision based on what I perceive to be the noblest choice. So there's a slightly different approach to that, but that's what's going on here. So yeah, really stepping up, really taking charge really confidently. Even if you don't feel confident in the moment, you will make decisions that you can stand by because you've really weighed it up. And again, this is the whole process that I went through last night at almost midnight on the phone to the vets, where they gave me all that information, and it's logical information, right? When you deal with so this is why, in a similar way to the King of Swords is a doctor, right? Or a medical professional. The Queen of Air is a lawyer. So it's that kind of energy of like, give me all the facts, give me all the information, and that's how I'll make my choice. So you may want more information, something new may come in for you. You feel it intuitively, you are thinking about it, you see the pros of this new situation after the closure of this old situation, which you may be closing. You may be the one putting the knife in and really finalizing the, the way things come through. You may be making the decision to cut something out, right? You may be making the decision to say, that's the end of that. Right, which is the clean swipe of the Queen and the King of Swords. It's like it has to be done. You know, ripping off the bandage kind of energy. It has to be done. The quicker we do it, the cleaner it is, and you know, the quicker we can move on from it. So a little bit brutal, but it could be perceived as brutal, but also necessary, right? And doing something that no one else could do. Gosh, there's too much of me in this reading at the moment. I am just concerned because I'm not seeing the cups in the reading. And if you're anything like me, air signs, those emotions are there, and those emotions are extremely deep, right? Extremely deep. The amount of tears that I've shed, in the space of 24 hours, I could fill an ocean. What's that song as well? Like, is it Billie Eilish? Like, if teardrops could be bottled, there'd be swimming pools filled by models. Feels like Libra energy. Yeah, I could have filled a swimming pool with my tears in the last 24 hours. And probably a jacuzzi full of snot as well, if I'm being honest with you. The emotions are there. We just deal with what we've got to deal with, right, air signs? Okay, so let's see if the angel cards have any. No, let's go. I'm going to get you two cards. So, Geminis. Advice for Geminis, please. Advice for Geminis. Ooh, you've got two. There you are. That's the card. Tomorrow is another day, right? Tomorrow is a new day. The world awaits you. Waking up. Look, they've got the fish outside the window. Waking up, being like, yesterday, the world sat on fire. Today, I don't know, maybe a load of elephants are going to show up and they're going to spray water all over everything. I don't know unless I get up and I go outside and I explore that new environment. And it's an emotional environment as well. The window is open for you to go and explore that new day. So morning, the world awaits you. Tree, let them go. Exactly. Oh my God. If you could, I couldn't make these cards come out if I tried, right? I probably couldn't even set up cards like this. This energy, right? Today we let the world burn. Today we say goodbye. Today we feel all the pain of that painful ending. Tomorrow we wake up and see what the world is going to give us, right? What gifts is the world going to bring our way today? What tennis balls, what fruit is the world going to throw at us today? Exactly the same energy. I love that confirmation, gems. And being okay with it. Waking up like excited. Waking up to be like, thank God yesterday's over. Thank God I made it through. Thank myself. Thank my higher self that I made it through that shit show. Let's see, right? Let's see what the world has for me today. I'm excited. I'm excited because, do you know, yesterday was rock bottom. Maybe today's going to be better. And an angel for Gemini, please. Thank you. And you've got Saint Dymphana. Mental health, well-being and support. And that clover there as well, indicating like luck, right? And the cross being faith. You know, whatever your faith is, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, taking care of your mental health, making decisions that are good for your mental health. Do look after your mental health, Geminis, because you are... Oh my goodness, my Gemini moon is torturous. So I understand that overthinking, over analytical energy of Geminis, of constantly questioning every single decision. Just look after your mental health. And if you're going through some transition, some kind of ending, especially if it's very painful for you, if you need to reach out for support, absolutely do that. You may have a friend or somebody in your life who can support you with that, kind of like angel on earth energy. So yeah, look into your own well-being and support. But you do feel like you've got this, you do feel okay. Like, again, different strokes for different folks, but feels like accepting an ending and being like, all right, that's that. That's, you know, it is what it is. The milk has been spilt. I'm going to go out and party with my friends. Clean up the spilt milk tomorrow. Do make sure you look after your future self though. Like, do your future self favors. So I always say, when I'm miserable, I clean because I'm already miserable. Cleaning makes me miserable. I'm already miserable. So I might as well clean today and then I don't have to do it tomorrow and future self will thank me, right? it's that, maybe that kind of energy. Libras, my diamonds, my diamond-hearted Libras. How are we doing? Feather. Think first before you judge. You are the Judgment card in the tarot. You are the Justice card. Think first before you judge. Look at all these feathers. So it's like if you have a decision to make, ask your guides, right? If you have a decision to make, ask your cards. Ask your higher self. I was doing this yesterday. Happy with the decisions I made. Wings, you never needed those wings to fly. You never needed those wings to fly. Libras, you are flying, you are floating, you are ascending, you are out of space, right? You are the unicorn. We know this about you, Libras. We get told this all the time. You're the unicorn. You didn't need the wings to fly. You were magical all along. Look at Rapunzel escaping the tower. Like, it reminds me of like the story of Icarus as well. Don't worry. You've got this, Libras. You're magical, right? So if you feel like the universe has clipped your wings, you can fly without them, right? Didn't need them anyway. Didn't need them anyway. Do you know what? And I can fly. I can move even better. Now that the wings have gone, I can do somersaults. I can do twists without getting all caught up, my hair getting caught in my feathers. We're good. Okay, angel card for Libra, please. Nope. Angel card for Libra, please. Angel card for Libra. What energy is Libra personifying? There we go. Goddess Gaia. Mother Nature, the provider, the elements. So yeah, feeling very connected to nature right now. Really being quite intuitive. Watching out for nature signs. So are there animals around you? What are those animals telling you? What are your instincts? Nurturing yourself, being kind to your body, putting good stuff inside you. Lol, Libras. Yeah, no, really, really lovely. Like Earth Mother energy. Good stuff. I'm gonna read this card because I feel like I got a little bit more from Gemini, and yours is kind of short but sweet. So let's just have a quick read of that. I'm gonna read both of them. 26. I'm kind of getting guided too. I'm just gonna follow my instincts. Feather, think for the first before you judge, because that feels like a bit of a warning, so I just want to make sure we get that message out. Did you commit to lifting up one of your sisters only to drop her down into the blaze? Examine the situation. Is your judgment justified, or is society tricking you into a stance? After all, it does have a habit of making you believe that other girls are your competition and that they must behave perfectly at all times. Oh, Libras, step back and take time to figure it out. It's not always clear at first instead of acting rashly. If one of your girlfriends, if one of your sisters, if one of your, a female around you is bringing out a competitive side of you, making you feel like you're not good enough, if you're comparing yourself to someone else, it doesn't have to be a girl, by the way, anyone, right? If you find yourself comparing yourself to someone else and you're finding yourself a little bit like, you know, that energy of like, I kind of got that instinct to kind of knock them down so that I look better. It doesn't make you look good to knock other people down. Support your friends, that's going to make you look better. I've done it sometimes where for absolutely no reason at all, like no fault of them, like there's been people on social media that have really triggered that in me. And again, it's like I don't hold any spite towards them. I'm very, very aware that it's hitting something inside me that I need to look at, right? So all I've done is like I've muted them temporarily, and I've gone away and I've done that introspection and been like, why am I feeling this? What exactly about them is triggering me? And it's normally it's my Capricorn placement, my Capricorn Lilith, instead of like where I have imposter syndrome and I think I'm not good enough at doing stuff. Normally it boils down to that, right? And then it's like I get over it. I allow myself to like that person again and to see their positivity and not feel like I'm in competition with them. And then I go and I do nice things for them, because it's like, again, it's like that introspection that allows you to give up the kind of catty devil energy, and get yourself back into the supportive energy. Wings. You've never needed those wings to fly. Yeah, you feel like you've got a bit of imposter syndrome going on, Libras. It seems like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle of self-doubt and self-criticism. When you tell yourself you can't do whatever you set your mind to, that's what we refer to as negative self-talk, and it's extremely toxic. Just when we expect others to treat us with kindness, we also need to treat ourselves with kindness. A bird can't fly away if you never let it out of its cage. Let yourself out of the cage, right? Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius. Oh, look at you, Aquarius. Sexy. Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. So it's like wearing your scars proudly. Being like, yes, life has hurt me. Yes, those lemons stung my eyes and made my mouth go all puckered. But do you know what? Now I've learned my lessons from those experiences and I'm stronger for it. So that's really, really good energy, Aquarius. I love that for you. Like being proud of it, right? Being proud of your scars. You know, it's like giving birth, right? Giving birth and getting stretch marks and being like, damn, my body did something amazing. Look at the trophies that I have. Look at the memories that I have from when my body did that amazing thing. You know, surviving an operation. You know, I got a scar from that. Let me show you. Well, like, you know, if people are open to it, don't gross people out. But like, look at this cool scar I got. Like, let me tell you the story though of how I got this scar. I almost died that day. You know, it's like, and again, she has a book. It's like turning those experiences into, you know, finding the pride that you survived them, finding the pride that you learned and grew and became stronger from those experiences, even if they made you weak for a while, right? But also like, you're still here. You're strong enough to have survived that, you know? Here we go. Archangel Asriel. Look at you getting an Archangel special. Death and rebirth, transitions and life changes. So if you are going through a painful ending right now, with that Ten of Swords energy, I'm not seeing death energy, although thanks universe. I actually saw the butterfly energy. The butterfly symbolism has been coming through for me in the last week in replacement of death energy, because death is an ending, right? Or we perceive death to be an ending when actually it's just a transformation. It's just a metamorphosis. It's just a change. So I truly believe that Bess is undergoing that change, and she's going to be running around in spirit as my little spirit guide, running around kitty heaven, you know, and whatever it is that she's going to get up to in that new life of hers, it's just that the physical aspect of that has changed for her. Her soul remains. So yeah, the butterfly is a beautiful symbol of of death and rebirth and transformation and transmutation, and you know, surviving life's changes, whatever that is for you. So if you want to call on Archangel Asriel for assistance with transformations, metamorphosis, changes, and finding the silver linings in that, and finding the pride in successfully navigating those situations, I think that could be beneficial for you. Maybe also look at getting whatever crystal is meaningful for you or symbolic for you. My mum got me this bracelet with sunstone and quartz. Sunstone helps with like confidence and stuff. Quartz helps with clarity. And I'm wearing that today because I like to think that she's helping me as I go through another change and transition in my life. So I hope this reading was helpful for somebody out there. If you liked it, please leave me a like. I am trying to get to 100, sorry, not 100,000 subs, stretch goal. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. I'd like to grow the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you've enjoyed this reading, or you found it beneficial or informative or anything, if you took any silver lining from this reading at all and you haven't subscribed, if you'd like to do so, it's totally free to do, and I would really appreciate that support and help. You know, share the channels as well if you think that other people could find this beneficial. And as always, stealth watchers are welcome. And please, please, if you're experiencing some kind of painful ending and new beginning, be extra kind to yourself, especially you Libras. I see you with the self-doubt, you know, self-criticism, self-doubt, blaming yourselves, carrying guilt. Let it go. Take a leaf out of Gemini and Aquarius's book. Wear those battle scars proudly, and remember, tomorrow is another day, right? You don't know. The universe throws us lemons, but the universe throws you whatever your favorite thing to eat is. Sometimes it throws you cannelloni. Sometimes it throws you ice cream. Sometimes it throws you, let's just go to the park and sit in the sun and kiss, you know? It throws you good days as well as bad days. So it's worth remembering that. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye, friends.